The Knicks get a much-needed victory and some redemption over the Bulls. I'm here with SNY NBA insider Ian Begley. And Ian, this win really comes down to what happened with the bench. After the last game when they lost to the Bulls, Mike Brown said that he needed to see more from them. He needed them to make shots, to get to the rim, to make the easy buckets. They weren't doing any of that in that game. They did a lot of that in this one and finished with 46 points collectively. What did you see that you liked from the bench?
Yeah, perimeter shooting. I mean, you saw it up and down the roster against Chicago, but the bench in particular shooting 50% basically on 35 three-point attempts. It was Jordan Clarkson who caught fire early on. Landry Shamet continuing to shoot it well. I thought it was interesting after the game, Mike Brown talking about the bench struggles. He took responsibility for those. He said he's still figuring out substitution patterns, and he said his substitution patterns were a little bit all over the place early on, and guys couldn't get rhythm. So he said that a lot lately. Just, this is on me. I need to be better.
Yeah, one guy who had a lot of rhythm in this game was Josh Hart, by far his most efficient outing of the season. We know that he's been dealing with some injuries so far to start the year, but one injury in particular in his hand. He gave us some more insight as to what's happening deeper with that. What did he tell us in the locker room?
Yeah, he was talking about a nerve issue in his hand, and that's really impacted him. It's his shooting hand. He's not going to get surgery. He told me afterward that surgery is way far off the table, so it's something that he's going to play through. He does feel numbness from time to time, but he's committed to playing with it, playing with the splint, dealing with the back. I think he also had a little bit of an ankle injury because he was limping in the locker room afterwards. So he's dealing with a lot, but to come out and play the way he did, I think a lot of people were relieved in the locker room to see a Josh Hart night tonight.
Oh, by far. And also, just quickly from you, Mitchell Robinson went out in the third quarter. He did leave or exit the court and went into the locker room. What are you hearing as far as his progress? We know that he is on a load management kind of process with the team.
Yeah, for Mitchell Robinson, the idea that he came back to the court, got back in the game, tells you all you need to know. Not a serious injury, but I would be surprised if he played against Washington on Monday, given how they're handling everything. Why would you have him out there for a back-to-back? So I don't think we'll see him against Washington.
All right, so much to monitor between Josh Hart and Mitchell Robinson, but the Knicks, again, get a much-needed victory over the Bulls.
Jonathan Macri from Knicks Film School joins us now. And, Jonathan, you were pretty critical of the Knicks for not being ready to play on Friday night in Chicago. How did Jalen Brunson help set the tone to make this a different story?
Is there a better leader in the NBA than Jalen Brunson? Seriously, like, this guy, he hears everything. New York, we're not quiet about being impatient. Oh, 3 games in a row. I know everybody says, it's only November. Everybody's worried. He feels it. The players feel it. So what does he go out there and do? 19 points in the first quarter, but more than that, draws 2 offensive fouls in the first quarter. Really sets the tone. I think the Bulls were a little unnerved when they saw him come out and say, oh, this is the All-NBA guy coming to do what he does. And then if that wasn't enough, in the locker room afterwards, they ask him about Mike Brown, the new system and everything. Says, we have the coaches back. That's what you want to hear from your leader.
Yeah, no doubt about that. All right, the bench contributed just 21 points in the loss on Friday. Sunday, different story, as the reserves combined for 46. Josh Hart had 14 points and 9 rebounds. A lot of discussion about Josh Hart right now, but on the floor, it's nothing new that he impacts the game in different ways. But how badly did he need a game like this?
Oh, he needed it. And frankly, I needed it. I've been a big Josh Hart defender since he's gotten here. The thing about Josh Hart is when Josh Hart isn't playing well, it looks worse than when a lot of other players aren't playing well because, the shot's already a question mark. And then when he's not his usual peppy self flying around grabbing boards, and it causes fans to have short memories. But look, this is a guy who was the best player in a playoff series not long ago for the Knicks. This is a guy who had people coming up to me saying, this guy reminds me of the Dave the Busher trade when they got the championship piece. That's what it was like when Josh Hart first got here from Portland. I think you saw that version of Josh Hart against the Bulls at the Garden. And I think as long as he can get past this nerve issue, which we'll see how long that's going to take him to really get over it, fans are going to be happy to have him on the court.
I like the approach. It's all about me and my takes being right. Good work,
Always,
Jonathan.
always.
All right. We know Mike Brown has given the team the green light from 3 this season. It's an emphasis. That's great when they go in. Sunday night, 20 of them went in.
Yeah, I mean, it always looks better when you're making shots. It's the right type of threes, spray threes. That's what Mike Brown keeps talking about, where you kick out to the corners. Look, a lot of consternation about, the Knicks taking too many threes. They're 4th in the league in three-point attempts. You know what's nice? They're now up to 13th in three-point percentage after this game.
Yeah, the increase in percentage is always better than the takes. All right, Knicks right back on the Garden floor on Monday against the Wizards. Jonathan, thanks for joining us here on Honda Sports Night.
Thank you, Emmy.